Hello, and hello to all of my Leos. Leos, we are now officially in first quarter moon phase in your sign. So make sure you're not allowing people to stress you out, Leos, causing you to land on the dark side of the moon in Leo, right? Make sure you keep your vibrations very high. A moon in Leo actually, for you, accentuates your creativity and your leadership ability. So please don't let other people's drama drag you into their stuff where you feel like you are neglecting your own purpose, right? So you all are ruled by the sun. You all are usually sunny dispositions. So continue being sunshines in your own lives. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Let's see what your cards have to say. This reading is for you if you have Leo anywhere in your birth chart. So that would mean I'm talking to myself as well. So let's get into it. Make sure you don't forget to pull your birth charts, Leos, to see what sets you apart from other Leos. Okay, so one Leo may get stressed by whether it's your personal situation or other people's personal situation. And they may need to go to the gym and work out. That may be what nurtures and soothes them. For you, it may be gathering your friends together, your soul tribe, and going hang out. For another person, they may need some time alone. So whatever the situation is, Source is saying to you, make sure you know what sets you apart from other Leos. So somebody is definitely seeing things from a higher mind, a higher perspective. Somebody is definitely has an innate spiritual understanding of things. We're talking about this. So you're definitely at a higher frequency when you're looking at something you may have come through, some kind of a high, low, something you may have come through that could have felt like one minute I was warming up to it, the next minute I was burned by it. And so see how this person is looking back? Source is saying you're looking back, but you're not going back, right? So make sure you are committed to not going back through a storm that Source brought you out of, right? You may be thinking about it because your third eye is open and that you're a Leo and we are now in full moon phase in Leo. So the light has been the now that you're fully in your light, you know what your purpose is. Stay in that light. There could be some temptations to go back, but remember that light is also shining light on your demons as well. So you know what your demons are. Keep them under submission. Stay in your light. The temptation is there for everybody. So you'll know the anxiety about something has been going away. You can use that fire to create an additional stream of income, right? So you're using your fire for good, not to go back through something that could have been just, an emotionally draining situation. So let's keep it moving forward. Stay in your light. Stay in your light. Stay in your light. Stay in your light. You all are a very magnetic sign. Very powerful, very robust, very positive sign. And so you want to stay in that warmth. You want to stay in that stability. You want to stay in that space where you are remaining cheerful and creating space for a great life, optimistic. So that's what I'm seeing for you all. We also have La Bruja, we have the Chariot card, we have the Death card, we have the La Luna, the Wheel of the Year. Again, I can't reemphasize, this is your year, Leos. And so La Bruja came up, and then also La Luna. We also have the Death card and the Chariot card. So somebody's ego is definitely, somebody's putting death to their own ego. Something is over with. Source is saying you're focusing on your purpose. You could have had some feelings about several things that are coming up from the past. You could have been thinking, this is where communication could have come to you. Something could have come to you where you, in your logical mind, and you're thinking, okay, now things make sense. Maybe now things make sense. But Source is saying to you, now that certain things make sense, you're not going to put yourself back in certain situations. You're not going to get burned again, right? So you have a choice. And I do see you being victorious over your emotions. You're resisting the urge to go back into something now that you know something. Like maybe some information about something came to you. Maybe you experienced something. Maybe you saw something up close and personal. But Source is saying to you, because remember this is a general reading, but Source is saying to you, keep on moving forward. Keep moving forward in the right direction, and not like this right here. You could be, like I said, fresh on the other side of some knowledge about some things. And so Source is saying, stay laser focused. Stay laser focused. Stay laser focused. Stay laser focused. The Magician card, we have the Ace of Swords, breakthrough, Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords, the Hangman. We also have Judgment and also the Nine of Wands. So somebody is definitely breaking through some kind of generational cycles, chains, curses. This is Scorpio, and this is also one of Scorpio's ruling planets, Judgment. So Source is saying to you, from a higher perspective, you get a chance to break a cycle, break a chain. That's why Source is saying, do not put your energy in emotionally or physically going back to something. Well, God already brought you through something. Don't go back through that. Ascend higher instead. Break that chain and close out the cycle, right? Toss something into a burning bowl, because overthinking, should I go back? Should I go back? Should I go back? Is again putting you in self-sabotage. Like I said, you could have seen someone recently. You could have had an experience recently that could take your mind back. But Source is saying, physically get away from it. Physically get away from it. When you think about it, recognize some things have burned a bridge, or the time is up, it's over, you've been enlightened, you're clear about something being over. Now it's time to move on, right? Nine of Wands came out twice. This is further Source saying, reiterating, something is over. Something is over. You break the cycle, you break the chain, you break the curse. You break it by getting as far away from it as possible. Here we have the Hangman. So Source is saying to you, hang in there. If you're going to use your imagination to dream bigger. Not for your imagination to keep, where's the card? Don't use your imagination to ruminate over anything. Like sit around and just think. Your blindfolds are now off about things. You're seeing things as they are. Like I said, that's where the breakthrough comes in. It's like, why did I give so much thought to something? Like, why was I was thinking about the wrong thing. And so Source is saying, hang in there. Hang in there and move on from something. Move on from something. Move on. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here, Leos. Let's see. There could be a Cancer involved. There could be a Taurus involved. There could be a Sagittarius involved somewhere. There could be a Scorpio involved. There could be a Pisces involved. There could be a Gemini involved. But nevertheless, Source is saying to you, you got clear messages, right? Stop giving fire to it. You got clear messages about something from your past. Stop giving fire to it. Like, stop igniting a flame. Like, stop letting it, instead of put that flame up under creating a new idea to make money. Use that fire to create space, meaning that I'm out of a storm, I'm out of something, and I need to move on from, something. Here we have the Lover's card, we have the World card, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Fool card, we have the King of Swords. So the Fool card lets me know that somebody may have felt foolish about something in the past. You can go ahead and remove that from your plate. You weren't foolish. You had to learn lessons like everybody else. We have the Wheel of Fortune again. So what I'm seeing all over your cards is expansion, expansion, expansion. Like I said, it is your year. You had to learn some things. And so I do see you being victorious at whatever you had to learn. And so this World card is like, okay, it's time to wrap it up. It's time to close out some cycles, airtight. Not give so much fire to something. You've been made aware of something, like I said, whether you physically came in contact with something from your past or something from your a feeling is coming back up from your past. Sources like stay in your light, stay in your purpose, the world card. And again, you've made a decision to not go back to something. You've made a decision not to go back to some way of thinking about it or overthinking or something. And so I do see some kind of a business partnership coming somebody's way, or some love partnership like twin flame energy coming your way if you're not already in a relationship with your twin flame. If you're already in a relationship with you're married to your twin flame, that could be coming your way. And also for somebody, a marriage could be coming up. But again, sources say stay in your light, stay on the other side. Here we have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is some fresh water, some fresh inspiration, some fresh water coming across your path. Fresh water could be anything. It could be, it's youthful energy. Like sometimes kids can bring you back into focus in operating in faith, right? Whether they're your kids or somebody else's kids, they can help you to stay in faith about some things. Here we have the King of Swords. And so you have a lot more knowledgeable. You're definitely wiser about situations. You're going through some major life changes right now, Leos. And like I said before, the emphasis is for you to double, especially since you're a Leo and we have a moon in Leo. It's like a double emphasis for you in particular, Leo, to stay in your light. Like really, if look around, look at all the blessings that you have in your life. Just because you may have come across a person or heard about somebody from your past or whatever, when it was a highs and lows, you felt warm for 1 minute, next minute you were unclear, upset, frustrated, no longer felt like you can levitate in certain situations. Source is saying double emphasis, stay on the other side, stay in your light, don't go back through something. Please do not go back through something that, again, it's not even really worth it. You weren't a fool, you weren't so that Fool card in upright lets me know that you're optimistic, you're moving forward, you're ready to close out the cycle and move on from something. So congratulations and kudos to you for doing that. Like I said, you've broken some kind of a cycle, chain, or curse. Don't go back through it. Don't go back through it physically, emotionally, mentally. Move on. Here we have meditate and contemplate. To go back to something from your past would be overwhelming. It would be overwhelming for you. It wouldn't be fair to people that have access to you right now. People who love you, people who care about you. We're not necessarily talking about an ex-love interest. It could be that, but it's also ex-friends, whomever. Family members you no longer, are cool with. Sources like do not go back through the storm. If there's anything that's trying to call you, drag you back towards something, and the enemy is so creative. Well, kind of, really not. The enemy will try, the author of confusion will try to use other people to drag you back into something. Sometimes it looks like trying to get you to talk about something that you've already physically moved on from, or try to create a situation where it seems like it's an emergency for you to go back into a situation where God has already brought you into your own light. That's the beauty of us having a moon in Leo, because the sun actually illuminates the moon, and you all are already ruled by the sun. So it's like double emphasis. So I can't reiterate this. If there's anything that's trying to pull you backwards into it, however the enemy, and I didn't mean to say craft. I didn't mean to say the devil is creative. The enemy is crafty. The devil is crafty. So no matter how the enemy is trying to drag you backwards, to try to get you heated, upset, frustrated, drained, confused, picking back up any kind of old addictions. I'm trying to make sure we cover everything. You're uncertain about things. Like I said, the enemy is the author of confusion. So anything that you're not really sure about, stay in your light. That's where everything is exposed. Here we have health checkup. 26 reduces to 8, money exchange number. Again, in your light, that spiritual vision that you have for your life, and we talked about this during the waxing crescent moon phase, when we talked about planting those seeds, those intentions, and then sitting down and visualizing how you want your life to look, yours, not someone else's, but yours, right? So every time you have a thought about something that's trying to call you back, You know, like the poltergeist. Trying to call you back into something. You're like, nope, it's draining. No, thank you. We don't need to. We don't. There's nothing to talk about. I'm good. I'm on this side. Love. Divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation. Only love itself. Again, nothing will be able to save you. The only person that can save you from your past is you. The only person that can save you from your past is you. And source is saying if you put yourself back through the wilderness again, and you know better, you've already come out of something because you feel like, okay, time, people may have matured, people may have evolved. Yes, we're evolving every single day, but this is clear. Do not go back in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Do not go back. Let's see what your number is. Let's see if we have some more. So we have this and this. Okay, let's see what else we have in Oracle cards. If you all receive text messages or emails or anything like that where people are just saying, hey, just thinking about you, just you're on people's minds, you're on people's hearts. People could be pulled, people's energy could be, God could be directing people to help you to stay focused, right? It could be just a random text message, random email, DM or something where somebody could be like, just thinking about you. This is not somebody that God said, don't go back. This is good energy. You know the difference, right? This is not confusing energy at all. Here we have honey. 18, which reduces to 9, which is a death rebirth number. So something is definitely over. Like I said, death right here. And so you broke some kind of a cycle, chain, or curse. The sweetness of you swells in the grace of your pull, oh so beautifully lethal. So again, you decided to move on from something, and just, like I said before, you decided to move on from something. Let's pull your number and let's close it out. Let's close it out. Also, for some of you all, speaking of like spells and witchcraft and things like that, somebody could have put a spell on somebody a while ago. Could have put like a love spell on somebody, and that has been broken. So source is saying to you, move on from it. Men and women have put love spells on people, so don't think it's just gender specific. It's not. So somebody may have put a love spell on somebody, and source is saying it has been broken. So 18 again. 18 again. That's right. 18 reduces to 9. 1 plus 8 is 9, right? So I am kind-hearted. You are both open-minded and open-hearted, and your ambition is to leave this world better than you found it. Ensure that your goals are in line with the collective need and with the highest good of all. Yep. All right. Affirmation card and close it out. Right. So somebody could have put a love spell on you that's now been broken. And so be very careful of not going back. It's like I said, double emphasis to not going back. That's just one thing. But anything where you feel like somebody tried to put some kind of spell or try to hurt you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or that somebody's involved in something that you're not involved in, or this is not on your same frequency, doesn't necessarily mean it is something bad. But certainly a love spell would be, but that's unhealthy because you can turn around and get somebody addicted to you, and then next thing you know, it's like hard to kind of get out of that unless you know exactly what you're doing. Anyway, bottom line is that if people are not on your frequency, recognize you're on the other side of it and just move on. So here we have affirmations for success. I am attracting everything I need. That's because you're in your light and you're not going backwards, right? I am full of highly profitable ideas. I am connected to my highest calling. I am pushing the boundaries of the ordinary. What's for me will always be for me. I am committed to my purpose. I am making necessary connections. I am connected to all that supports my highest good. That is what I have for you, Leos. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all on Sunday. Bye.